Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to today's Open Heart Spiritual Center virtual service. Thank you all for joining us, as always, for your consciousness and being here. And may this service just bring more peace, more joy, more freedom of expression, more life to you today. And may you just allow this service to open up your heart space even wider than it was when you started. If you join me here in just taking a breath in, and with this breath, I just give thanks for this day, for this time that we've all come here to join together, to be here in the now, in this moment. I'm so grateful for this day. I'm so grateful for all that have a part in this service, for the affirmative reading, for the song, for the music, for the message. And yes, for each and every single one of you, for your consciousness, for joining us here today. And I am so grateful for this celebration today. It is a new celebration, so let us celebrate anew. And now I call this time so very good. Celebration so very good. And let the celebration begin. And so it is.
Speak to my heart, Lord. let your word abide. Speak to my heart, Lord. Give me your holy word. If I can't hear from you, then I know what to do. I won't go alone. I never go on my own. Just let your spirit guide and let your word abide. Speak to my heart, Lord. Give me your holy word. If I can't hear from you, then I know what to do. I won't go alone. I never go on my own. Just let your spirit guide and let your word abide. Speak to my heart. Speak to my heart. Speak to my heart. Speak to my heart. Speak to my heart.
What comes from the heart reaches the heart. Good morning and welcome to our Heartstream for this Sunday, March the 26th. So glad that you have joined us today. Today is the last Sunday in our observance and celebration of Women's History Month, but it is no less than any of the other Sundays that we have provided. It's another opportunity, first off, to provide you with a history of women in New Thought through the series that we put together, and then for our speaker, the Reverend Patty Rumza. It was really, really important for me that we continue to celebrate and recognize Women's History Month and women in New Thought. I know that as I remember Reverend Villa Willis talking about it and others, the fact that even today in 2023, we have congregations and denominations who still do not respect the power and the wisdom and the ability of women within their communities. We know that in the Southern Baptist Convention, there are some churches that actually have been kicked out recently for having women pastors. We know that there are other denominations that still do not allow women to serve as pastors or to speak from the pulpit or many other things like that. And it's really, to me, really was important for us to affirm the role and the identity and the divine feminine as a part of all of this. It's really, to me, just very interesting that within a few weeks that a lot of these same denominations and bodies that are continuing to deny women the opportunity to preach and to speak and to teach and all of that will be celebrating Easter. And their own traditions tell us that the first women to encounter the resurrected were the first people to encounter the resurrected Jesus were women. And they were the ones who went and spread the news to others that in fact he lives. And that's one of the things that oftentimes escapes them. I mean, not oftentimes, it has escaped them. The fact that they were the ones, and then when you consider the other traditions that come down, that they were the ones that very often were endowed with the ministry of Jesus, particularly when we consider the Gnostic Gospels and the idea of Mary being the teacher who carried on Jesus's tradition, his teachings. But that's not a conversation that people are yet willing to have in many cases. And so, again, though, it's important for me to affirm the fact that we as a spiritual community believe in women being very powerful and having a rightful place and being able to teach, to deliver messages, and to do everything else, that we do not separate, because we recognize and realize that we are all one. We're one community, and from the very beginning, the very founding and organizing of Open Heart, that we would be inclusive in every way. And this is just another way of us demonstrating that, of us being a place where we walk our talk And so again, I'm so grateful and thankful for us to be able to present this month. And as you know, throughout the year, we often feature our sisters in speaking and teaching and other opportunities in everything that we do. Thank you for all of your support. I ask that you would continue to provide the support that you do from a financial means, from a spiritual means, from a prayer means, all of that, our daily prayer call, and the many other ways that you support us. And I'm always delighted to tell you and to let you know I greet you, I bless you, I see God in you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just have a happy day. Today is a day like no other day. Just think and you'll know that it's true. Days like today should be holidays. So I'm singing this message to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just have a happy day.
Our affirmation for the month of March. I am the divine incarnate. Knowing that I am the divine incarnate, I open the floodgates and allow for the ever fuller expression of the divine as me. I think, feel, act, and respond from that place of my authentic self. And so it is.
love. That's love. On your darkest day, they love you anyway. That's love, baby, that's love. When your blessings arise and you don't know why, that's love, that's God's love. And I know the universe has been very kind to you. The universe has been very kind to you. With an open heart and a balanced mind, your lights will shine, shine, shine. Your lights will shine, shine. Let it shine, 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 baby, shine. Let it shine, let it shine, 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 baby, shine. Let it shine, let it shine. The universe has been very kind. The universe has been very kind. The universe has been very kind. With an open heart and a balanced mind, the universe has been very kind. 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 The universe.
Hello, I am Aisha Battle, and the affirmative reading that I have selected for today is The Morning Prayer by Marianne Williamson. Dear God, I give this day to you. May my mind stay centered on the things of spirit. May I not be tempted to stray from love. As I begin this day, I open to receive you. Please enter where you already abide. May my mind and heart be pure and true, and may I not deviate from the things of goodness. May I see the love and innocence in all mankind. Behind the mask we all wear and the illusions of this worldly plane, I surrender to you my doings this day. I ask only that they serve you in the healing of the world. May I bring your love and goodness with me to give unto others wherever I go. May me, the person you would have me be. Direct my footsteps and show me what you would have me do. Make the world a safer, more beautiful place. Bless all your creatures. Heal us all and use me, dear Lord, that I might know the joy of being used by you. Amen.
It's time for our announcements. Please watch. Celebrate National Women's History Month as 8 local women are honored for their change-making leadership at the 37th annual reception of Women of Achievement. Awards will be given to honor outstanding community service and leadership in the categories of initiative, heroism, courage, determination, vision, steadfastness, and heritage. It takes place on Sunday, March the 26th at 3 p.m. at First Congregational Church. Tickets are available at womenofachievement.org. Our own Carolyn Head was co-chair of this year's selections, and our own Judy Card wrote some of the award presentations. Our daily affirmative prayer call takes place each and every morning at 8 a.m. Central Time. Dial in as one of our prayer team members shares an inspirational reading and then prays for you, all in about 7 minutes. New Thought teacher Charles F. Hannell wrote, "Whatever you desire for yourself, affirm it for others, and it will help you both. We reap what we sow. If we send out thoughts of love and health, they return to us like bread cast upon the waters. And so daily, we send out thoughts of love, health, well-being, comfort, and strength for these dear ones on our prayer list." And so it is. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am richly blessed, creating a greater and greater and greater flow. We have ways in which you can give and support Open Heart through Cash App. Our cash tag is OHSC901. You can go online to our website, OHSC901.com. Click on the word give and contribute there. Or you can text the word give to 615-422-4292. Infinite prosperity is mine to share. I am blessed. Thank you for your gifts.
The month of March is Women's History Month, and we once again celebrate it by featuring 4 powerful speakers. It's our time. Given all that is taking place in the world, it's time for the energy of the divine feminine to emerge and help to lead the way. We are fortunate to have Reverend Patty Rumpza, Angela Sargent, Reverend Villa Willis, and Mama Cedillo sharing words of inspiration, hope, and encouragement. Join us. Dr. Barbara L. King, affectionately called Dr. Barbara, was the founder of Hillside International Truth Center Incorporated of Atlanta, Georgia, a new thought, inclusive healing ministry open to all people. Hillside began in 1971 with a prayer group of 12 individuals in Dr. Barbara's home and now has thousands of members and supporters worldwide. She began following her dream of becoming a minister as the program administrator at Christ Universal Temple, Chicago, under her spiritual mentor, Reverend Dr. Johnny Coleman. She was a professionally trained social work administrator, has served as Dean of Community Relations at Malcolm X College in Chicago, and was a college instructor as well as Dean of Students at Spelman College in Atlanta. Dr. Barbara was the first non-psychiatrist director of the Emory Mental Health Center, which was headquartered in the Southside Comprehensive Health Center in Atlanta. In 2001, Dr. Barbara received the highest honor bestowed upon a woman in Africa. Through elaborate ceremonies, rituals, and prayers, she became the first female to be installed as a chief at Asin Nsuta, Ghana, West Africa. Her stool name is Nana Ya'a Tuma'a, the first. Nana means chief, Ya'a means Thursday's child, a child with special spiritual power, special energy, and special courage. Tuma'a is related to the name of Ya'a Asuntwa, a national hero to the Ashanti people of Ghana. In recognition of nearly 50 years of service to thousands at Hillside and throughout the world, The International College of Bishops assembled and consecrated Dr. Barbara to the bishop's sacred office in 2010. She made history as the first New Thought minister to receive that honor. In 2019, the Interfaith Chapel at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport was named the Dr. Barbara Lewis King Interfaith Chapel. Within the New Thought community, she was awarded the 3 highest honors: the International New Thought Alliance Life Achievement Award, the Ernest Holmes Religious Science Award, and Unity's The Light of God Expressing Award. When asked how she would like to be remembered, Dr. Barbara said, "For my personal commitment to touch someone's life and help them to see their very special talent to be given to the world as only they can do." Dr. King loved butterflies. Like the butterfly, she believed that all of us were continually evolving. Her legacy is one of truth-telling, truth-teaching, truth-preaching, and truth-living. In 2020, at the age of 90, the influential King died at her home. Dr. Barbara authored 10 books and monographs, including the widely acclaimed Transform Your Life. She is also a major contributor to A New Thought for a New Millennium and Wake Up, Live the Life You Love in Spirit.
When you live a spirit-filled life, when love is the ultimate with you, when you have compassion for people regardless of race, color, creed, that you can live an abundant life.
Reverend Dr. Ruth Mosley. A practical visionary, she turned dreams into realities. The first child of Miles and Versie Newborn, Ruth Mosley was born in 1930 in Olive Branch, Mississippi. There, everything was segregated, including the churches. Ruth attended Halliburton Baptist. One day, while still a child, she found a copy of Unity magazine. It spoke of God as love, leaving Mosley to ponder whether there were actually 2 gods, one that was discriminating, jealous, vengeful, and the other that was pure love with no consideration for one's skin color or economic status. Mosley thought about this often. Mosley had 2 sons in her early teens and had to leave school. In search of a better life, she left them with her parents and moved to Memphis to work for a wealthy white family. On Sundays, she attended a church where the bishop's messages were much like what she had read in the Unity pamphlet. It was this preacher who encouraged Mosley to move to Detroit for better opportunities. Being so far from her family was hard, but she found work and began attending Detroit Unity Temple. She met and married William Mosley. He adopted her sons and the 2 had a daughter. The marriage ended after 2 decades. She later had 2 happy marriages, both ending with early passing of her husbands. While at Unity, Ruth came to believe that all things work together for good. She knew that her true calling was to serve others. Armed with truth, principles, and determination, Mosley understood that she needed an education. She earned a GED and a bachelor's degree. In the early 1960s, Mosley attended Unity School of Religious Studies. In 1964, beginning from a small study group, she founded West Side Unity in Detroit, appropriately located on Joy Road. She was ordained in 1966. She gave radio talks and established an after-school program. In 1978, her teacher, Reverend Johnny Coleman, published an article in Ebony magazine pointing out the discrimination and prejudice Black people experienced in Unity. officials at Unity Village asked Mosley's opinion of the piece and what could be done. At that time, there were only 10 Black Unity ministers. Knowing that the Unity system for licensing teachers and ordaining ministers was stacked against Black people, with tests biased in favor of whites, she pointed out that these discriminatory practices were counter to Unity teachings. Reverend Mosley said, "We need our own school." With Unity approval, but no funding, she put feet to her prayers and moved forward. Unity Urban Ministerial School was opened in 1979 with a curriculum designed by Reverend Mosley. The first 8 students spent 3 years at the school before spending their final year at Unity Village. The program Ruth built continues strong. In 2008, it became the first online Unity School ministerial program. Graduates serve in inner city and suburban churches all across the country. In 1982, Reverend Mosley was elected president of the board of the Association of Unity Churches. She later earned both a master's and doctorate of divinity and wrote several books. She continued to serve by practicing the truths she knew, relating back to the Unity pamphlet where she first learned God is love. Reverend Mosley made her transition in Memphis on November 8, 2020, at age 90. In the care facility where she spent her final days, she shared those truths with all who had ears to listen.
Into the atmosphere.
shy. Don't worry about it. Just say it softly. But speak, 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 oh, speak, speak, speak your word, speak your word, speak, 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 declare it, 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 declare your word, declare your word, oh, declare it, declare it, declare it, declare it, say it's mine, 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 yours is yours, it's mine is mine, it's mine, I can take it, it's mine, I can make it, it's mine, say yes, yes, say yes, 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 yes to your yes, all your yes, say yes, yes, say yes, yes, speak, 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 speak your love, speak your love, speak, 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 speak your word, speak your word, speak into the atmosphere, oh, speak into the atmosphere, speak your word into the atmosphere, into the atmosphere, speak into the atmosphere, I shall have what I decree. Yes, I believe. Yes, I believe. It belongs to me. It belongs to me. And so I'm going to speak into the atmosphere. I'll speak into the atmosphere. Speak into the atmosphere. Speak into the atmosphere. Speak into the atmosphere.
It is my honor and my pleasure to introduce our speaker for today, the Reverend Patty Rumpza. Transformation has been the key word in Reverend Patty's life since she first encountered Science of Mind in 1987. Originally from Minnesota in the frozen north, Reverend Patty's ministerial work has been focused in Texas, Oklahoma, and Colorado. Her work and service with the Science of Mind community began when she created her first youth group in Houston and began her classroom regimen. Reverend Patty's responsibility with her youth work on both the local and national scene with Science of Mind grew substantially, and she found herself in more leadership roles. At the same time, she continued embracing the studies that would lead to her licensing in 1994. By 1997, Reverend Patty knew that she was a person transformed, and Science of Mind was no longer just a study of spiritual laws and practices. It had become a life work, and so she entered the Holmes Institute as a ministerial student, fully graduating in 2000. During all of this, Reverend Patty also maintained her working life in small business development with focuses on compliance and bookkeeping. Since that time, Reverend Patty has been busy building an impressive resume of community building and a life of personal, practical service. That includes being the assistant minister at a community in Houston, starting LifeWorks Science of Mind community also in Houston, supporting several small communities as interim minister, and as the senior pastor at a congregation in Colorado. But study didn't just end with ministerial school for her. Since graduation and during her years as a Science of Mind minister, Reverend Patty has attended the Parliament of World Religions 2 times, continued Centers for Spiritual Living training with a focus on Science of Mind community growth studies and seminars, attended Oneness University in India 5 times, and she's now also a certified trainer as well, and she continues to take monthly courses. Reverend Patty has learned and shares the conviction that our personal growth and group transformations are not a single objective, but a way of living. A gifted speaker, Reverend Patty blends a foundation in the teaching of the Science of Mind with a strong sense of humor and a let's get it done attitude towards real, effective, and lasting change. She loves to travel and share her own journey and watch others catch the fire that she has known for over 30 years in the service of others. At the end of the day, Reverend Patty has a strong voice in her mission of service and alleviating suffering on the planet. Moreover, she wants as many people as she can, not just to study the one, but actually experience oneness in a life-changing way. She currently serves as the assistant minister at Golden Heart Spiritual Center. And in the interest of transparency, I will say that this is actually an encore presentation of Reverend Patty's talk from last year, because in a testament to the fact that she's a person who walks her talk, we were all set for her to record her video and get things ready for us for this Sunday, when she had a friend who was visiting her, and the friend suffered a stroke. And Reverend Patty's attention and all of her energy and everything went into helping her friend get all of the help, bringing family members from other places there, spending time with her at the hospital, and doing everything that she could to make sure that she was able to find and is able to find the best medical care in her situation. And so we made a decision that because she was focused on that, was distracted from her message and getting that together, that we would offer this presentation today, this talk today, and at a later time we're going to have her to come back and provide us with another message. But it doesn't take away from the relevance and the timeliness of this message, because it indeed is a powerful one, and one that I know will provide each and every one of us with food for thought, with inspiration, with wisdom, and many other things to consider. So I'm grateful again to present to you today our speaker, the Reverend Patty Rumza. And Reverend Patty, we know we continue to send energy, love, light, and prayers to you and to your friend and to the family, and all of that in this moment, knowing again that your words and your energy and just the effective kind of way in which you approach things here, that it continues to reverberate and will bless us today. Reverend Patty Rumza.
Good morning, Golden Heart Spiritual Center. I'm so happy to be with you this morning. Thank you, Reverend John, for inviting me. I am so, so grateful to be with you this morning. It's interesting is that as a minister of 20 plus years is that I am used to speaking every Sunday, except a couple of years ago, I took some time off, and then I promptly got COVID and became a long hauler, and I've been on this 2-year journey. So I don't have that opportunity to do too many Sunday services right now. And part of what that has left me with is that it leaves me with a lot to say, and it leaves me with the opportunity to share part of my experience with you. So again, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be with all of you this morning. One of the things that I'm known for over the course of my years in ministry is I'm known for speaking about what's actually going on in the world. I believe that this philosophy that we are a part of, New Thought philosophy, specifically science of mind, I believe it is such a powerful tool. And I love it so much. And it has been my goal, it has been my mission, it has been my vision for over 20 years to fully experience the divine, to fully live in oneness. And so I speak about it regularly. I talk about it. I work with people about it. And one of the things that I've experienced for the past 4 or 5 years is the unwillingness of New Thought people to go deeper into this philosophy. There's become an unwillingness that we only want to look at the surface of things rather than go deep. I do a fair amount of work on healing racism in our planet. And so part of the conversation that I come across are people saying to me, oh, it's too hard to look at, or I only want to see the good. And I often wonder when that happens, what is the unwillingness to go deeper into this philosophy of New Thought, into this philosophy of oneness? And instead of turning away, instead of denying, instead of looking at and becoming unwilling, what if we collectively go deeper? What if we collectively decide to fully realize and recognize and experience oneness on the planet? So that is my goal. That is my mission. I am here to alleviate suffering on the planet. I am here to heal the divides that take place on the planet. I am here to more fully utilize these beautiful, beautiful, powerful teachings that we have called New Thought, called Science of Mind, to create a world that works for everyone. So this morning, I'm going to share with you a few of my thoughts about what has been going on. As most of you have recognized, or probably all of you have recognized, our world is in tumultuous times. Is that again, we have a war that is center and foremost, that is everywhere we look, and it is so bold that we're not given the opportunity to look away from this one. That's just one war upon the other wars that have been there, that have been going on all over the planet. We have this divide that has been taking place in deeper and deeper ways within our country. We have people who are fighting over every little thing. No matter what is being said, we have people fighting over it. The division is seemingly going deeper. It is seemingly becoming more permanent. However, those of us in a philosophy such as this, part of what we know is that this is exactly the time that we're called to do greater work. This is exactly the time that we're called to practice, to live this teaching called oneness. And so today, I want to specifically share with you one idea, look at one area of our life that we can absolutely make an impact on, that we can absolutely do something about the war that's going on outside, the war that's going on our planet. And it's often a most overlooked aspect of ourselves, because again, even though we know the divine resides within us, we're often looking outside of ourselves. And I've had the most fascinating conversations over the past 6 months when I started coming back a little bit into ministry after I started feeling better. And I've heard this phrase over and over again, it's just too hard to look at. I don't want to look at it. Or I can't take it. And yet I get stuck and stopped by, what about the people who are living in it? What about the people who can't turn away from it? What about if we take this wonderful philosophy and go deeper? So today, let's go deeper and let's look at one thing we can all do in order to create peace on this planet, in order to create harmony on this planet, in order to live in oneness. And that one aspect I want us to look at today, this morning, is about self-love, about accepting ourselves, about being connected deeply with ourselves. Is that oftentimes I've been very busy in my life. I was a dedicated workaholic. I had many people to serve when I was a full-time active pulpit minister. And over the time I'd heard of, mind, body, spirit, right? We all have heard about that. And part of it is that I took the mind spirit part. I worked really hard on that part. And yet the body part I separated. And what I didn't realize within that process was that while I may not be actively committing violence, I may not be telling somebody off, or I may not be hitting anybody, and I would hope that none of us are doing those things. However, I was actively creating a war within me every single day. And you may ask, how was I creating a war within myself? Well, first we have to remember that there's only one thing going on here. There's only one thing that's forever expressing on this planet, in this universe. And where it is done in one place, it is done in all places. And we already know that the divine resides within us. And so, when we are not loving ourselves, when we are not accepting ourselves, when we are not deeply connected with ourselves, we are first and foremost living in division and in separation, and that is being outpictured onto the planet. And second, we are creating violence in ourselves. So maybe you're not as bad as I have been. And maybe you've used these same practices, because we are immersed within a society that says we're not enough, we're not good enough, we don't look right, we don't do all of those things. And depending how you were raised, that may have also been fortified within our relationships and within our growing up. And so what I want us to look at this morning, what I want to share with you, and create one step to keep us out of hopelessness, one step to keep us out of apathy, and one tool, one activity, one practice we can do to add to the planet, to uplift the planet, to create less war on the planet. And that is to stop warring with ourselves. Stop warring with our bodies. Stop warring with how we look. And it's called acceptance. This is the time, and this is one of the pivotal tools we can use to create less war on the planet, is to begin to deeply accept ourselves. And start by deeply accepting ourselves by starting to deeply accept our body. I have not done that, in all honesty, for most of my life. As I shared, I was too busy serving other people. I was too busy doing other things. And even though I would hear it from time to time, I separated myself from it. And so I want you to begin to reflect on, how are you speaking to yourself? How well are you accepting your body? Mine, I'll share with you what my non-acceptance is. One of my big non-acceptances of myself has been my weight. I think I've been on a perpetual diet for my entire adult life. Is that no matter what size I had been, it was not the right size. And I didn't speak lovingly. I didn't speak kindly to myself. If I was the right size, then I didn't like my hair. It was too curly. It was not curly enough. I'm short, so I wanted to be taller. And I don't know what your thing is, but we have a whole beauty industry that has us saying that we're not enough, we're not right, we're not accepting. And I want you to begin to reflect on, how are you speaking to yourself? Are you accepting yourself? Are you loving yourself? How are you talking to yourself? Are you embracing who you are right now in this moment, exactly as you are? Or are you speaking to yourself in unkind ways? Are you speaking to yourself and not accepting? Is that maybe you're too thin? Or maybe you don't like your nose? Or maybe that when you get sick, when your body finally stops working as well as it has, you stop and you're mad at it, you're angry. That's what I used to do. I used to work at a lot of hours, and I would sleep very little. And when my body got tired, instead of loving it, instead of resting it, what I did is I got mad at it. That is an act of violence. That is an act of war. That is how we individually add to the collective unconsciousness of war and violence on our planet. That is where we can all begin our work, is practicing deep, deep, deep love and deep, deep, deep acceptance of ourselves. And so I want each one of you to look at, how do you speak to yourself? How accepting are you of your body? Maybe it's the right size, maybe it's the right shape, but what is it not doing? When I work with New Thought people, I hear it all the time, that all of a sudden their leg hurts, and they're not loving to it, they're mad at it. They're upset with it. And so what I want us to do is, first and foremost, become aware. Become aware of how we are talking to ourselves. Become aware of how non-accepting we are of ourselves. Second, I want you to begin to focus every day at how magnificent your body is. How magnificent. How much it is doing for you. Think about, our body never stops working 24/7. Our heart is always working. That our blood is always flowing. That our body has all the intelligence necessary to fully, totally, and completely move us through this world. I don't know about you, but I don't tell my body to breathe. I don't tell my heart to beat. I don't tell my blood to flow on that. And so what I want us to do is, as our opportunity to heal the violence on the planet, is I want you to stop having violence with yourself. I invite you each and every day to begin to spend a few moments recognizing the beauty of your body, recognizing how much it does for you on a daily basis, being grateful for it, accepting it just as it is right here and right now, is that even if you're not feeling well, being so grateful for all that it does to you on a regular basis, being so grateful for how it has supported you, how it has moved you through your life. Let us begin to focus on all of the gifts that it has given us, and begin to love it deeply. Begin to care about it deeply. Begin to come deeply connected with it. Begin to love it so powerfully, so strongly, that we no longer have a divide within it. That we say, yes, this is who I am. Yes, this is who I am. And as we deeply accept ourselves, as we deeply become connected with our heart, with our life, with our body, that is what we put out there into the collective. That is what we put out into the collective unconsciousness. That is how we uplift and we do our part in healing the war on this planet. Yes, I understand for many they'll think that this doesn't seem to have anything to do with anything, and I understand that. However, the basic foundational principle of science and mind is that there's only one life. That life is God, that life is good, that life is everywhere present. And that means it is our very life. And so what can we do? We can begin to accept ourselves just as we are today, with whatever it is, and begin to focus on how grateful you are for your body. Spend time every day connecting with your heart space, just loving yourself. And you can be really bold and take the next step. And you can look at yourself in the mirror every day and tell yourself how much you love you. And you could be bold, and you could do it by being naked and look in the mirror and tell yourself how much you love yourself. As we do this, as we love ourselves, as we connect with ourselves, we live in oneness. We live in peace, because we stop the war that has been going on within us. And we reside deeply in the peace that is our very life. As we reside within that peace, then the intelligence that is within us will begin to guide us and direct us in more powerful ways, to show us how to be more loving, more kind, to show up in the world more peaceful. As we do this individually, the wisdom of the collective human body of the universe will begin to reveal peace everywhere on this planet. So that is my invitation to you this day. That is the call to action that I have. Spend time every day deeply, deeply loving and accepting yourself. Do something new. Love yourself. Speak kindly to yourself. Connect with yourself and be peace. So with that, I'd like us to anchor in prayer right here and right now. So if you so choose, allow your eyes to gently close, recognizing right here and right now as we breathe in that each one of us is deeply connected to the all that is. For there's only one life. That life is God. That life is everywhere present. And I know right here and right now, it is my very life. And so right here and right now, I know that I'm inseparable from all that is. I'm inseparable from love. I'm inseparable from peace. And as I know this to be true about myself, I know it to be true for each and every one within the sound of my voice. And right now, I declare peace. I declare the peace that resides within us to reveal itself through every cell, every tissue, every fiber, every molecule of our being. I declare love to reveal itself through every cell, every tissue, every molecule of our being. And right now, all of the ways that we have been not accepting ourselves are simply dissolved and dissipated as we right now recognize all of the gifts of ourselves, all of the gifts of our body, all of the ways that it has totally and completely supported us in our lives. And we simply say, yes, I love you. I'm grateful for you. And so I declare peace within us. I declare love within us. And I know that as each and every one of us do this, peace reveals itself fully and totally on this planet, that we reveal peace everywhere, that we have the strength and the courage to deeply practice these beautiful principles of science of mind, of oneness, that we live in oneness, and we have the courage and the strength to be love, to be peace, to be oneness on this planet. And knowing that this community is absolutely abundantly blessed, that everything that is needed and necessary pours upon it right now, that wherever your heart is, that whatever the need is, the desire is within the heart, that right now the infinite overflowing presence of life says yes, and that we are fulfilled in this moment. So for this day, for this time, for this opportunity to be with you, I am so deeply grateful. I am so deeply grateful for the bright, shining point of light that this spiritual community is. I celebrate the work that you do in the world, and I call forth for greater and greater work to be done. And for this and for so much more, I say thank you, Father, Mother, God, and with gratitude and love, I allow it to be. And so it is.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know that the grace of God was sufficient, and I didn't know that the love of God was at hand. But now I can truly say, if you're struggling just to make it through another day, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it all go. And this is what you have to say.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. 'Cause I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes,
I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle. With my faith I see. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more fight. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
I thank you for being so real and touching me, letting me see what a beautiful world this world is, and I thank you for all that's revealed. Well, you're changing me and opening my time, blinded eyes to see my glorious possibilities. I like this song. Oh, and I pray for strength to keep seeing just like